Hello and welcome to Straight Talk. Today we have with us two individuals who are very busy people and they're involved in a lot of different projects. We have Jill Fry, she's the president of Cummins Facility Services and also the founder of Facility Genius. We have Daniel Messer, who's the president and CEO of Facility Data Standard, or FDS. And we're going to talk about emerging trends and technology that affects the industry. Welcome, Jill and Daniel, to Straight Talk. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
So excited to be here. Thanks for hosting us.
Yeah, so let's just talk a little bit about what's going on with you two and how those that watch this can benefit with their facilities, what they can do to make their facilities operate more efficiently and better, which is what your goal is to help. So give us a quick overview of what you do and how your work is impacting the industry. And Jill, would you like to start?
Oh, thank you so much.
I know it's a big question.
That is a big question. So I'm Jill Fry, originally with Cummins Facility Services, and then started into Facility Genius, and just trying to find technology out there to help our frontline workers work faster, smarter, better. And in that endeavor, developed Facility Data Standard, and I've picked up Daniel along the way. And so what we're doing is actually Facility Data Standard just created its first beta API. And so we have that on two different API bases. We have a mobile machine and a fixed equipment API. And Daniel is the tech guru on all of that. So he has really driven hard, and his roadmaps have been amazing on how to start this and really figure out how to make these APIs come together. And of course, we have an amazing board, and our founding members and everyone that's joined in on those APIs is just amazing. So lots of fun stuff to talk about, Jeff.
Okay, maybe some confusing stuff as well, but we'll simplify it. Daniel, tell us about yourself and what you're doing in the industry.
Thanks, Jeff. First, I would like to clarify that I represent a tenant within FDS, which has been supporting this vision and activity since the very beginning. At Tenant, I work in the Advanced Technology Development Group, where we look at what's next in the floor cleaning technologies. Prior to Tenant, I worked in supercomputing, healthcare, financial, and medical device on a large multi-parties distributed application where strong data communication interfaces were very important, and which leads us to the IoT world and why we're here today. When we first started to talk with Jill, it became clear that there is a gap between how data providers in the facility ecosystem are presenting the information and how end users want to consume this information. If we take the cleaning industry, for example, equipment manufacturers start to have good IoT solutions that provide good information, and they present it in their own user interface. On the other hand, as you know, buildings don't have only one type of equipment. You have all types of dispensers or all kind of garbage cans, multiple pieces of floor cleaning equipment. And when you are a BSC or clean your own facility, you want a holistic view of the state of your building. And that's why we founded FDS, with a mission to bring information providers and consumers together and develop a global open standard that allows all parties to communicate and exchange information using a language that everybody can understand. Like what it means for a soap dispenser to be empty, or what it means for a scrubber to run for 3 hours, and then how to make sure that this information is communicated consistently using a secure data transfer protocol. As Jill said, in the last year, we established FDS as a non-profit organization with our board and our 10 founding members, and we just published our first version of the web API specifications, now in a beta phase to test its implementation.
Yeah, you two dabble in a world that I don't even pretend to understand, but I know what IoT is, Internet of Things, and I did look up what you folks do with your technology. Joe, maybe you could tell us So I'm the facility manager of let's say a hospital,
Perfect.
a big facility. Nuts and bolts. What am I looking for from the technology we're discussing today? What's it going to
So,
do for me?
so the API we just created is the beta for fixed equipment, for an example. We have sensors that go into the paper towel dispensers. They notify the frontline employees when the paper towel dispensers are low, when it needs more toilet paper, and when the soap is out. So it's been quoted 80% of our time, our frontline cleaners are spent just checking dispensers, not knowing if they need refilled or not. So this is producing cleaning based or evidence based cleaning. So right, we can say we've filled that. We know that it needs filled, right, because we've got this notification coming to us that this paper towel dispenser is empty. So we're going there, we're refilling that paper towel dispenser. We're saving time, we're saving energy, we're saving the building owners. You know, we can be doing something else besides checking to make sure the paper towel dispenser is full or not full. So in a hospital environment, that's very important. We also have sensors on hand hygiene sensors or hand hygiene stations. So we can actually know within a hospital if a doctor's washing its hands, as patients washing its hands, how many people are washing their hands within a building, right? All of this is the IoT connectivity. With Daniel, we have the mobile machine. So we have Tenant, Nilfisk, and Karcher all working on that API. And so they can tell you when those scrubbing machines that run throughout a hospital, when they're low on battery, when they need a PM, you know, so you're not guessing anymore. You know exactly where that machine has ran, where it's scrubbed, where it's disinfected, if that emergency room is ready to open up and accept patients. So really important for hospitals or any facility. It's just that instead of our frontliners being the communication tool now, there's dashboards, right? And all of these APIs are going to connect to each other, and it's just going to become evidence-based cleaning, cleaning on demand, right? I believe we're going to move into a new shift of SOWs that are more dynamic and more powerful.
So are you saying that all of this data, this information, which I think is fantastic, because when I use a restroom and I wash my hands, sometimes I'm like, no more paper towels. If there's no air dryer and no paper towels, you know, you're kind of stuck.
Right.
So it shows up what, on smart devices, or how does that work?
Right. There's tablets. So there's carts out there called smart carts, and everything's done on a cart. So it tells you when the restroom was cleaned. It's a dynamic SOW. So just, you know, all those things are going then back to your client. You can swipe and say, yes, I've cleaned the bathroom. So then your client knows what time, what day that bathroom was last disinfected. So no more writing behind the stalls anymore, right? Of this bathroom was cleaned at this time. It's all going to be electronic.
I've seen those signs.
Yeah, right. I mean, who hasn't? So all this is going to be pushed out to the facilities managers. Our frontline cleaners aren't going to be the communication people anymore. You know, how much time do they spend saying, oh yeah, I already did that, or I already did that, right? So we need to skip some of those steps, go straight to the tablets or go straight to the phones to understand what needs to be done within a building. And then, yes, that has been done. So good stuff.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I know this technology is making a difference. And so Daniel, tell us this: Are we at the beginning of this? Are we in the middle? Are we in the advanced stage of this type of technology? What is your thought?
I think we are still at the infancy of what data science can do for us. We are at the point where we are getting pretty good at collecting valuable data, and we are collecting a ton of it, but I don't think we are at the point where we know how to use it efficiently. We are getting better to process the data into information, and now we need to make sure that this information is available to human creativity so we can transform it into action that will benefit all of us. If you look at it, a piece of stone had no value until our ancestors saw its potential to carve it and use it for hunting, shelter, and art. We had the idea to carve the data, and now we have to make something out of it. For facilities, I think information will be used to make public buildings more attractive, so people want to be in these places. whether it's a manufacturing plant, a warehouse, an office building, or entertainment place. That means that buildings will have to dynamically tailor to what people need at a specific point of time if they want to remain attractive. And the problem is that it takes a lot of work to do that, and there is not enough resources to do it unless we use data and technology to automate many of the activities or help people manage their time and resources. That's where information comes into play, and we need a lot of it, aggregated from a lot of sources to make a place safe, clean, comfortable, welcoming, and now even healthy at any point of time in the context of what people are doing at this time. And I don't think we are there yet.
So if we're in the infancy stage of all this, that means you two have a little bit more to do, and you'll be employed for a while, it sounds like. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
I like your comment, Jill, about the monitoring, like, of hand washing. You mentioned doctors. We can know if they're washing their hands, or people. We need a robot that comes in and does something if you don't,
Exactly.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, smack your hand or something, right?
And use some sanitizer.
Yeah. Well, with the pandemic, we've seen some negative things, and I believe we're going to see a lot of positive things come out of it. One of my favorite quotes during this time is what 9/11 did to security, COVID-19 is doing to facilities. So I really do feel like we're going to come out of this and be stronger and be better and be able to clean buildings better. And it is so important, right? And ISSA has always been such a true leader in that realm, and we're so excited to have their blessing and work with ISSA on this, and just be part of the ISSA world with facility data standards, that they are supporting us and believe in what we're doing.
Yeah, well, partnerships are important, and we value what you folks do as member companies of ISSA. And you're right about the security issue after 9/11. Hopefully the cleaning issue, cleaning and disinfecting, and the importance of it, that stays top of mind moving forward after this pandemic. You never know what the future is going to bring. We have to be prepared.
Yeah, I agree, Jeff. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, God bless and keep us all safe out there. And so we'll be using these APIs and all these fun little tools to make sure that people are washing their hands and using their soap and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and next time I come across a bathroom that doesn't have toilet paper or paper towels, I'm going to let you know about it.
Yes, please text me.
You can sell your services to them. All right.
Sounds perfect.
Good talking to you both.
Yes, thanks, Jeff. We'll keep you posted on our progress.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thank you.